Hi Erica, how you doing? So yes, two videos this week. I kind of wanted to give you this kind of personalized grading feedback, since this is going to be our one of our last presentations. We've got our two final presentations next week, and that's it. So this being the summary, the summation of the design development phase three. Wanted to make sure I got you some grading comments here. So basically, we're grading on this. Whoops, didn't want to do that. We're grading on this right right here. Um, and this is kind of the state of the event, state of the project, a paragraph here based on kind of where I'd like to see us at this point in time and where we're actually standing at this point in time. And then we've got the associated grading rubric, which I'll talk about a little bit in a second. So, I talked about your work in critique, and I love it. I really do. I think it's fantastic. I think that the setup is good. I've got some issues with typography, placement, and size, and scale, etc. But we'll talk about that next week in final presentation. I've got some good suggestions for you moving in that direction, but we'll have to take a look and see your first iteration of your final presentation. One of the things you say, okay, so you're talking about the development of the graphic. That's fantastic. And then the development of the logo with the colors. And I see we have 3 pictograms. I'd like to see 1 or 2 more, if possible, if you can get us 1 or 2 more. That way we can really get this robust look at how the entire pictogram package would look. In a perfect world, I'd like to see 6 or 8 pictograms of the most, popular sports. The one thing about the one pictogram that I think doesn't really fit with the set is this one right here. And there's a couple of issues with this pictogram. And you got these really sharp edges on this pictogram. We don't have that on the others. So this one's kind of losing the visual demeanor established by the first 2. Plus, those sharp points, anytime you use real sharp points in graphics, they disappear at small sizes. So that's food for thought there. I would reorient this, recompose this to follow the more kind of angular visual structure based on or establishing the other pictograms where you're not using these really sharp points. Easy fix. You'll figure that out in quite immediately, I'm sure. And you can kind of see here where that stick right there, that ski stick, it could be a little bit more prominent in the composition itself. I think that would be a good way to go. I talked about this. So please review my comments in that critique board. This is one of the most clever ideas I've seen while teaching this class, and I teach this class a lot. So this is fantastic. I just love this. This is great. T-shirts, and then poster, and then digital and analog. Your print stuff is great, and I'd like to see a brochure. This is welcome trifold, but I'd like to see a brochure, an event brochure. A couple of other students have attempted that to relatively very good success, and also a lot of the examples have these event brochures. 8.5 by 11, 8 by 10, something like that. Several multi-page event brochure. I think that's a good idea. So basically, I wanted to just address this. So what do we have here? We've got, in terms of digital development, we've got tickets, food, T-shirts, poster, website, brochure. So that's 5 or 6 things, and I think we should at least have a dozen. And the reason I say that is because with your visual presentation, we should be about 20, 25 pages at least with your final visual presentation. So we'll definitely need to have more examples of how the general public, the viewing spectator public, will be interacting with your graphics package. Also, really important is to establish some shots of actual sporting events with your graphics in the background, interior shots of skating rinks, ski slopes, etc. Where you've applied your graphics. I think that's a really important way to show how not only the spectator is interacting with the graphics package, but also the athletes themselves. Okay, so in the paragraph over here, I've got these ideas, and I think that you can incorporate a few of these a little bit more in your package. Large-scale building graphics, event tickets, you've got websites, apparel, print programs, banners, kiosks, event arena graphics, vehicle wraps, sporting event graphics, posters, digital media, merchandising. That's just to name a few. So we got a couple more I think that we could develop here. But right now, in terms of what you've got, I would expect there to be no deductions whatsoever in your work. That's not to say you're complete and ready for your final presentation. I definitely think you need more, but depth and scope of ideations and process and visual quality of your visual presentation is outstanding. Technical understanding and depth of scope of research is outstanding. So as I said, I would expect no deductions there. However, that's not to say that I do think that you're a little underdeveloped in terms of moving right into your final presentation. I don't think we have enough visual attributes to support the final visual presentation. Okay, if you have any questions, please let me know, but that's where we stand right now. Okay, thank you very much.